Hello, everybody. This is Tammy, and I am here with the Divine Intuition Activation, hearing God through your soul. So, a little about me. That's my picture. I am a wife and a mother, a grandmother, who is also a spiritual teacher who's called to help empower others on their journey of connecting to their God self, awakening intuition, heal, and align with their highest potential for purposeful life. My mission is to empower individuals to connect with their higher selves and unlock their innate spiritual gifts. Through mentorship with my Remember Who the Fuck You Are membership, intuitive guidance, and psychic mediumship, I aim to foster deep healing, self-awareness, and personal transformation. By helping others embrace their God-given intuition, I guide them towards living a life of clarity, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. My core promise is that I help spiritually curious women, especially those healing from religious dogma or spiritual disconnection, activate their God-given intuition so they can receive divine guidance clearly, trust themselves deeply, and stop second-guessing their spiritual gifts. What brings you hope? There are a lot of things that bring me hope. One of those is that we can live in a world where people are tolerant, not only tolerant, but not judgmental, and in a place where everyone can thrive and prosper, regardless of where you came from, who you are, what is your nationality, or any of those things that do not even matter. Where can you help others find hope? So welcome, beloved soul. I'm so honored you're here. You didn't land here by accident. Your soul called you to this place because you're ready to remember that God speaks through you. This is a safe, sacred space. No dogma, no guilt, no fear, just truth, freedom, and divine connection. Tonight, I'm guiding you through an activation that will help you hear God through your soul, trust your inner voice, and awaken the intuitive gifts that have always been inside of you. You're not broken. You're not blocked. You just forgot who the fuck you are. And tonight, we are remembering together. Do more of what you love. Olivia Wilson. And that is my journey absolutely for this time in this season. Do more of what you love. There are three main ways, not the only ways. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that before somebody jumps in. God speaks to you all kind of ways. Yes, he does. Yes, they do. But three ways main ways God speaks to you is what we will discuss tonight. And so I say keep going, because let's talk about how God actually speaks to you. Spoiler alert, it's not always in words or booming voices from the clouds. It does not always sound like Morgan Freeman. God speaks through your soul, your senses, your body, and this is what we call intuition. And I always think about this as I'm doing these workshops. Don't quit. Here, I'll be breaking down the three clairs I'm focusing on in this masterclass. Now, there are more clairs than this, but in this particular class, these are the ones that we are going to focus on. And so live in the moment. Estelle Darcy. So if you are in a space where you don't know which way to go, I would say live in the moment. Be present. Be at peace. Be loved. One of the ways that God speaks through us is clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is seeing. And there are many of us that are seers, that are natural seers. It's a gift that God has given us. And there are many of us that have that knew this as a child. Like as a child, I knew that I was a seer. When I was a little girl, they used to call me a prophetess. So seeing, this is divine vision. It's not just any kind of seeing. You may see flashes of light, images in your mind's eye, or even receive signs through dreams and symbols. If you've ever seen something in meditation or felt like you were daydreaming with meaning, that would be clairvoyance. For me, I used to do it so often as a child. I would make up these elaborate tales. I would create these elaborate stories, and it would be based on something that I saw in my mind's eye. Or, I could see one thing, and I didn't realize it until this day that I could see one thing sometimes, and then I just start moving forward with it, just going on and on and on. It goes on and on. Y'all know, those that know. But yeah, so I would just see these things, and I didn't know. I was a child. Nobody told me. I didn't come from people who were open to the spirit world. I came from people who were closed and, brainwashed and manipulated by the Christian system that so many of us have experienced. But it was just an experience. So I didn't know. I didn't know that it wasn't normal, or that other people didn't see things or experience these type of visual things. I didn't know. I thought everybody had those experiences. The next one is clairaudience. So with clairaudience, it involves your hearing. It's hearing words or phrases in your spirit. A lot of times it'll help you to discern the tone of divine voices versus fear, because you know that if it's fear, it's not a divine voice. That'll tell you right there. If it elicits fear, it's not of the divine. Okay? So sometimes this is one of my strongest clairs, and the one that I noticed that I had at first. I could hear spirit speaking to me, and I've had those experiences since I was a little tiny girl. And I was lucky, I say, because I was able to speak to my grandmother about it, because I couldn't think of anybody else I could tell, especially already being the weird kid. You know what I mean? Already being the black sheep, already being the weird one, already being the one that asked all the questions and things like that, because that's what we did. We asked all the questions. Of course, we didn't many times get very many answers, but that's what we did. And so clairaudience is a way that spirit speaks through you. You will hear it sometimes audibly. I hear sometimes, most of the time, I hear audibly. In my ears, I hear things that spirit is saying to me. Sometimes I will hear it in my body, like in a process. And that is very hard to explain. But to me, I could just feel the words. I don't know any other way to share that. But yeah, so it is one of the spiritual gifts that will help you with this divine intuition activation. The next gift that we're going to speak on today is clairsentience, and it is the gift of feeling, which is what most healers have. Pretty much, if you are a healer, you are clairsentient. Many times, and many people don't recognize it because it happens in different ways. We don't all feel the same as we don't all hear the same. We don't all know the same. We don't all experience these gifts in the same way. Some people experience them differently than you might experience them. You might experience it differently than I. So with clairsentient, though, it is all about the feeling. So if you get goosebumps and things like that, that is clairsentience. Gut instinct, body knowing, intuitive chills, all of those things. And I get all of that. Like I will feel something, is not right in my stomach, these kind of things. Trust what your body says, even when your mind doesn't agree. Because here's the thing, your mind can be a monkey, and your mind can be caught up in ego trying to protect you. from something new or something that is leveling up for you. You know, something that's recalibrating within you. Your mind will try to shut it down. So you want to be getting definitely into your body more. You want to be dropping into your body in order to feel the answers to the questions that you ask. You want to trust what your body says. Trust your body, not your mind. Trust your body. Trust your body. So, common blocks to intuition. Before we activate, we must clear. Let's uncover what's been clogging your spiritual ears. So some of the things that I have here, and there are more of them, there's many more, but I can't talk about all of them today. But the fear of being wrong. How many of y'all have experienced the fear of being wrong? I know that I have. I experience that on a regular basis. The fear of being wrong blocks your intuition because you feel like you don't know and you're so afraid that you're wrong that you can't even hear, you can't feel, you can't get the messages. Fear of judgment is another one. So if you feel like people are going to judge you, and this is something that happened to me as well. I came out here and I was reading cards and I was doing the thing and giving readings and all kind of stuff. And I started on Facebook Live. So I would do that stuff. And then I think I had one person come and tell me something was wrong. And instead of me just keep going, because here's the thing. You're not always going to be 100% right. You're not. Nobody is. But you got to know that you're more right than wrong in your mind. And that's just something to help you to break it down in your mind. So you just have to know that. And you just have to trust, your spiritual team. You have to trust what you're getting. Religious programming that made you feel bad or sinful for hearing spirit. Sometimes we have all this religious programming because all of these things, these gifts that I just spoke to you about, religion usually tells you that those are bad things and that it's not good and that it's the devil, depending on which religion you were a part of. It tells you that these things are sinful or bad, that you can't hear spirit and, all sorts of rubbish. It tells you religious programming. Overthinking and ego confusion. That's another one, a big one. You stay up here in your mind and your ego takes it and puts it apart, and then you overthink it, and then you never do anything. Why? Because you are stuck in overthinking and ego confusion. You don't even make a move because you're just so scared to move, because you're scared. It goes all the way back. You have the fear of being wrong. You're scared of being wrong. You're scared of somebody judging you. I had that when I started because people would say ugly things in the comments of my videos that I would be on there and I'd be reading my little heart out. And then people would come on there and say something ugly to me or say, you need Jesus or something. And to me, that's ugly because I have Jesus, and I think that's wrong. And that's judgment, and people should leave people alone. However, I felt that thing. And it stifled me for a while. It did. It made me way too afraid. And I don't like that. Looking outside for answers. This is another thing, a huge block to your intuition. Looking outside for answers instead of within. And this is going to, running around going to tarot readers and oracle readers and prophets and psychics, mediums, just running around. That's what they're talking about with this. Running around, just going from person to person instead of sitting down with spirit, asking the question, stop it. Stop it, y'all. Stop it. The answers are within. I know sometimes it's difficult to get to. However, the more that you sit with spirit and allow yourself to receive, the easier it will be for you. I am telling you something. The easier it will be for you. So, here's a question for you I would love it if you would journal on it, and I'm going to as well. Matter of fact, I have already journaled on that a few times. But where have I outsourced my intuition, and how has it served or hurt me? Where have I outsourced my intuition, and how has it served or hurt me? Just think about that for a minute. Think about that. Because when you, and this is something that I did a video on just recently, when you are in people pleasing, you are outsourcing your intuition. So we can link all of that up. If you're people pleasing, you are outsourcing your intuition, and that never serves you. It never does. It never does. Many times, I'm going to share one as well. I did a coaching program with someone, and basically we got templates, and basically like her templates and stuff like that. We got her templates. She gave all this stuff to us, and she did some few activations and different things and stuff like that. But yeah, that wasn't for me, because here's the thing. Those templates were hers. That's what Spirit gave her. And that's why it worked for her. You see what I'm saying? But I wasn't in that space where I even believed that it would work for me. I didn't even believe it. I didn't believe that it would work for me because I had been going around the bend with this stuff, and talking to people and teaching it and giving it away and all this stuff. And I wasn't even in a place where I could even receive, even if it was something that would work for me. A lot of times we just are not in that place, and we are so used to outsourcing our intuition, that we don't even recognize when we have done it, or if it served or it hurt us, because we're just so used to doing that. It's how we've been conditioned in this world, especially in the Western world. A lot of times what that looks like is looking for validation of something that Spirit has given you. And that's something that I definitely have been through and experienced, looking for validation, because even as soon as today, I was in my space and I was doing my work on myself, and I was telling myself that you don't have to be validated by anyone. You are already validated by God. God himself, themselves, has initiated you into this world. And so you don't need anybody else's validation to say who and what you are. And this is what I said to myself this day. This day. This day. So we're going to do an intuition activation ritual. So now we'll turn on the divine signal. Yeah. Join me by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it, breathe it out through the mouth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another deep breath in through the nose. Hold it, breathe it out through the mouth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We call in our guides, our guardian angels. We call in the archangels. We call in the ascended masters and our ancestors. We call in Jesus and Mary Magdalene. I call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. Call them in one by one and name by name. I call in my goddesses Isis and the goddess Hathor. I call in Oya and Yemiya. I call in the goddess Sekhmet. I call them in right now. And so as we are getting prepared for this Spirit Quest. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to bring this activation into your space. And so right now, as we go, we are walking, and we're walking on the beach. The sand is under our feet and warm. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. The breeze is blowing. Oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so as we walk and we feel the sand between our toes, we feel the rocks under our feet as we go. And as we walk into the ocean, we take our time and we walk into the ocean. And as we walk, the birds come around, the dolphin swims beside us, and it ushers us into the center of the ocean, into my healing room. And so right now, I thank you that all of the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful jewels lining the wall and the pictures of all the beautiful clients that have come before you. Ayasa, yalamanana, iraba, siraba, wolvo, siyalamanana saka, shetaya, yamaso, wamanyanmana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you walk through the ocean all the way into my healing lounge, you'll see the beautiful sofa sitting there. Beautiful purple. You sit down on that sofa and all of the team of guides and angels, my guides, your guides, are surrounding you right now. They're surrounding you, and each one of them is touching you, and they are imparting into you different things that you're going to need for your journey. One of them has given you patience, and one of them has given you peace, and one of them has given you food, a lunch bag, and one of them has given you strength for the journey. One of them has given you money for the journey. One of them has given you pearls for the journey. And so as you sit there and you are collecting all of these things, Mary Magdalene has a beautiful bag for you that you can put all of your things in. And so as you put all of those things in the bag, you realize that that is because you have elevated your frequency and you have everything that you desire, everything that you could want, everything that you need, you have. And the things in the bag are just objects that are telling you that you are safe and that you are a manifester. And so as you sit and you listen and you hear the beautiful words that they're speaking to you, and so as you listen, you hear, and then you hear it in your soul. And in your soul, it sounds like this. And, 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 All of your chakras are lined up. They're all in balance. You can feel the energy that you didn't feel before. You allow it to feel the peace, the groundedness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Aseya lala moso koro masakataya. Shete yenene moso koro masakataya. Lala laboso koro masaya. And at the end of this, I want you to ask one simple question, like, what do I need to know right now? Sit in the stillness and receive. Now, as I bring you back out of the ocean, as you're putting your bag on your shoulder, and it looks like it should be heavy, but you don't even feel it. It's not even heavy at all. But it has all the stuff that they wanted to give you that you're going to need for this journey. And as you carry that bag and as you carry that stuff and you walk with it, you feel the power. I call back all pieces and parts of you from every time, space, and dimension right now. And you feel it. You feel the vibrations. You feel the frequency that has risen within you. And you take those steps and you walk out of the ocean onto the beach. And you just keep walking until you are ready. Take a deep breath in. Blow it out of your mouth. Set the intention to inhale peace and exhale negativity. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today in this amazing, amazing, amazing time. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I can't stress it enough. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for this time. And so this is the end of this little workshop today, and I hope that you got so much out of it. Make sure that you continue to follow me, and I also have an invitation for you. I have a membership group, Remember Who the Fuck You Are, because I want us all to remember who we are. We all came from places that we don't all know. And we all are able to do all of these things that we are trying to do. So I'm here to help you to remember that you have these gifts, to help you to hone them and to open them up, and for you to allow yourself to connect to your body so that you can use these amazing gifts that God has blessed each and every one of us with. So again, thank you so much for hanging out. I have a stand store. Check out my stand store, which is behind me. And the membership is in there. I also have some other um, things that you can get in there. I have a forgiveness letter that is phenomenal. I've gotten rave reviews on that so far, and I'm so excited about that. I also have a Manifest Your Soulmate bundle. It is a workbook as well as a meditation activation. So grab that. It is in the stand store. I also have a couple of ebooks that are amazing. I have a um, healing in 21-day journal for you that is completely downloadable. You can get it, and as soon as you get it in your inbox. I'm telling you, that thing is phenomenal. I did it years ago, and it's just such an amazing tool that I love to share it. So, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that your day is magical.